Hello and welcome to the Horizon Camper Builds YouTube channel. My name is Eli, and in today's video I'm going to show you my latest completed camper build for my client. My client has brought me his 2021 Toyota Sienna, and he has requested a level 2 camper build that installs behind his second row seating. This will allow him to keep his van as a 4-passenger van, but still allow him to use his Sienna as a stealth and outdoor camper. Now, I have done a video recently showcasing what it would look like to keep the second row seating inside of a Toyota Sienna as well as have a camper build. That video was actually one of my most watched video in the past year. So a lot of you resonated with the idea of keeping the seats in as well as having a camper build. This time around, I'm going to show you that design updated with a lot more storage, a new stain color, as well as some fresh updates. So in today's video, I'm going to briefly show you the exterior of the van just so you can see what we're working with, and the majority of the video will be focused on the camper build itself. So without further ado, let's get started on today's video tour. Here we go. Again, this is a 2021 Toyota Sienna. These are the 4th generation models. All 4th gen Toyota Siennas are hybrid. Being a hybrid, it will get really good gas mileage. I believe it is up to 40 miles to the gallon. They have a pretty powerful engine. They drive just like a regular sedan, and parking them almost anywhere is a breeze, especially for stealth camping occasions. Speaking of stealth camping, you could see nothing really on the outside indicates that this is a camper van in addition to being a passenger van. The windows are nicely tinted from the factory, but the client also has WeatherTech window covers on all the windows, therefore blocking the view from the outside in, especially when he is using this van as a stealth camper. But not only is this van an effective stealth camper, it could also be used for regular outdoor camping because the camper build that you're about to see inside can do both. Being that this is a hybrid Toyota Sienna, you can actually run the AC all night long when you are sleeping, and it will only use about half a gallon of fuel. Camping inside these minivans can be a pain, especially in hot and humid weather, so having a AC running all night long will actually make the experience much more comfortable. So that's pretty much what this looks like on the outside. Let me go ahead and open it up to show you the camper build inside. Okay, I'm approaching the passenger side sliding door. We do have power sliding doors on both of the sliding doors. You could see the second row captain seats are still in place, keeping this van functioning as a 4-passenger van, 2 in the front, 2 in the back. You could see that the seats are also pushed all the way to the back, so we have retained full adjustment on both seats. And then right behind the seats you could see the camper build in the stowaway position, meaning that the folding mattress is folded and stored behind the extension, and it takes about 10 seconds to push both seats all the way up, lean them forward, and go ahead and set up the camper behind them. So that's pretty much what I'm going to do next. So I'm standing on the driver's side of the van, as this is now going to be the entry point to get to the back of the van to access the camper build. So you could see the seats are pushed all the way up the tracks to make room to go ahead and enter this build. Currently the build is in the stowaway mode, so the mattress is folded behind this extension. Very easy to go ahead and set that up. So I'm just going to raise the mattress, flip the extension over to prepare the surface area, and the last thing I'm going to do is just let the mattress unfold itself and go ahead and set it up. Now you can set the mattress in one of 2 positions. First position is what I'd call the lounging position. So you have this part of the mattress sort of leaning against the second row seat to allow you to just kind of hang out but also give you access to the hatch in the back to be able to access the indoor and outdoor fridge. The second position would be to have the mattress be pushed all the way up under the rear counter to allow you to be in the sleeping position, as you can see. This mattress will measure 25 inches wide by 75 inches long. The foam is 4-inch thick foam, and the cover is removable to allow you to wash it. The camper build that you see back here is actually installing in the place of the third row seat, usually installed in the back dip area. This build is completely removable. You could remove it in about an hour or so, but currently, while it's installed, it is secured to the van's floor, so nothing moves or shifts around while driving. The client has requested to stain the build with this really nice stain color. This is actually a blend of 3 different stains to get to this particular color, and I'm very pleased with the way it turned out. I think it looks great. It does complement the lighter gray interior, and as you could see on this counter right here, we have this shiny surface. This whole area has been sanded many times, as well as you could see the routing of the edges. So when you do actually spill something, you can easily wipe it down and it won't damage the wood. This particular build was a 48-piece build. The wood that has been used is 3/4 inch plywood and 3/4 inch boards all throughout the entire build. Let me show you some storage that you have access to under the bed. So here under the bed we have open storage, but also you can use this area where the extension is for storage, also the area in the front, as well as here in between the seats. I'm going to go ahead and enter the build to show you some more storage locations. Close the automatic sliding door. Now that I'm sitting on the bed using it as a bench, here to my side we have a double level shelving storage compartment. So here we have the upper level. You could see a nice size rail to prevent items from spilling over, and underneath we have a smaller shelf. The second level, same concept. We do have a railing that prevents items from falling over. We've also retained access to the 2 cup holders and then also the USB outlets back here. In front of me we have a generously sized counter. You could see the top area is very large. You have a lot of freedom here to maybe use this as a mobile office. You can have your laptop here. You can even have something to eat. Here we have a clip-on LED light to provide some lighting, but I do also have the interior lights on at the moment. So this counter actually has multiple storage compartments. There are 4 cubbies. Up here we have a cubby with a railing, also another one down here. Let me shine the light. Here we go. You have a better view of it now. Here, this is the dedicated storing place for this power station. This is a Quart 1500 watt power station. And then also we do have another area over here. Notice that we don't have these wood railings. We have these elastic railings on the bottom side of the counter. The reason why is because potentially if you would like to stretch out your feet, you can put them inside, so that way you have, more room to stretch out your feet and you're not obstructed by the railing. These can be unhooked from the side, to allow you access to the content of the storage area. This being a level 2 build, we don't have a custom battery compartment. We only have a power station integration option, which in this case, we have this Quart 1500 watt power station that has the AC outlet plugged into it, and you could see it right here. And this AC outlet has the fridge, the microwave, and this clip-on adjustable LED light plugged into this outlet. Now the client also doesn't have solar panels connected to this power station, and what he elected to do is charge this power station using a 12-volt battery cable that is basically connected to a 12-volt outlet up front in the center console. He says that when he uses that method to charge this Pecron, it charges about 100 to 150 watts maximum. But also when it is at 100%, you could see it's actually floating the charge, so we only are getting about 22 watts of charging. We do have the LED light on, and then also if we do power the fridge and the microwave, the charging would increase, but only up to 150 watts. Again, this being a Sienna hybrid, you can keep the van in ready mode to allow you to keep that outlet activated to continuously charge this power station without really having any need for solar panels. Back here we have the sink area as well as a microwave sitting on a counter. This is a small 600 watt microwave that the power station is perfectly capable of powering. This microwave can be taken out if you don't want it in this area, and this will open up the counter to give you even more surface area in addition to this large counter that's in front of you. This microwave can be secured using these rings as well as a bungee cord to keep it in place while driving. It is also on these non-slip pads. The grip is pretty good on this smooth counter, so it doesn't actually move at all even without being secured. Underneath the microwave counter we have this extension. Again, because I have the mattress in the lounge position, I do have access to this hatch, so if I go ahead and open it, I can see the fridge underneath. This fridge is inside of an insulation box, and then I can go ahead and open it up and access the content inside of it. This fridge can be accessed from the inside as well as from the outside. Up here you see the indoor and outdoor sink. We have a 13-inch round stainless steel bowl, a collapsible and adjustable faucet. And then in order to activate the sink, I would need to press this button, which activates the water pump. And when I do that, I should be able to dispense water inside. Again, this is an indoor and outdoor sink, so when I open up that lift gate, I'll show you the access from the outside. Okay, so I'm in the back of the van, and I am standing under the lift gate to show you the outdoor use of this particular camper design. You can actually get a better look at the stain color now that we have some natural lighting from the outside. I also went ahead and removed the microwave to demonstrate how open this could be without it being up here. So you can see this big counter that you have now access to from the inside as well as from the outside if you elect not to have a microwave up here. In this area, you actually do have an extension that can only be accessed from the outside. So this will almost double the size of this counter to give you more surface area to work with when you're doing some outdoor camping. You could put a stove up here, you could do some prepping. There's a lot of options that you can configure this however you see fit. Right over here we have the mattress. Currently you could see it, we're in the sleeping configuration. So if I go ahead and push the mattress up, I have access to the hatch to be able to use the fridge from the outside. Just going to go ahead and demonstrate outdoor accessibility of the fridge. This is a 12-volt 30-quart fridge. Very efficient, draws very little power, and won't put a strain on the power station, especially if the van is turned on and in ready mode. Right up here we have the sink. Here you could see the outdoor access of the sink. Very accessible. You can walk all the way up to the bumper and be able to easily, wash your hands or wash dishes. And then beneath the sink, we have a cabinet, and you could see we have two 5-gallon water containers. These are for fresh and gray water. This is the gray water, this is the fresh water. You could easily just grab the handle, take out the gray water, dump it, and then either bring a hose in, open the cap, fill up the fresh water, or take out the whole container and refill it outside. Here you're going to see a new feature on this particular design. The Sienna does come with a storage compartment all the way in the back. So I created this very large cutout to allow you to actually access that area, because you could see the sink obstructs this access point. Speaking of accessibility, this area is also left unobstructed to allow you to access the 12-volt battery that's located in the back of the Sienna. When you open the sink cabinet door this way, you can use this as a flat surface area, which is probably ideal for a stove to be placed down here to do some cooking. And up here with the extension, you can do your prep work and then be able to enjoy this camper build somewhere in the middle of nature doing some outdoor camping. So that concludes today's video tour on this 2021 4th Gen Toyota Sienna dual purpose camper build that still allow you to use it as a passenger van. I hope that you've enjoyed today's video. Until next time, take care, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.